everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you, where you are. Happy Sunday. I hope your weekend's going very well. I want to thank Elrathir for the 59-month resub. One. Katie's done that before. She's doing the pro routine right now. I decided very late to make, first of all, I'm sorry I'm late. I'm like 10 minutes late. I also late decided to put on the kettle for some tea, and I just heard it beep, so I'm going to throw the tea bag into a big pot of green tea. But we've got a cozy remix day coming. Hey, you want to hold down the fort and stream for a minute? I'll be good. I'll be just like a minute. You good? I know. Okay. The trick is I have to remember in like 5 minutes to get back up and get that. And I could set a timer, but like... That's easy mode. Now this is potential for somebody getting their seat stolen. Warning all, happy Father's Day to all the daddy-os. Indeed, happy Father's Day. Greetings all. Greetings day. How you guys doing? Hi. Ooh, okay, that's gonna have tea in it. We refilled the water so we don't run out of water. It's tragic. I'm just gonna put the timer away. We're not trying that hard today. Okay. Let's see. How am I doing if I were to trust the Pandaria Bronze Week aura? How are we looking? Better. We're down to 266,000 bronze, which sounds like a lot, but we've been chunking a lot off of it every day. We're mainly weak in normal sets. We need a little more in the heroic mythic sets, a couple more world sets. I don't fully trust these numbers because I think that there are still sets that count on here that are still missing pieces that I might want to go back and rebuy. But I figure I'll try to fill all this out first and then like pick through and see if there's any other little individual things I can get. And then if I don't, then I won't worry about it too much because at least I'll still have most things. And I have everything that's Remix exclusive. So if anything, I could fill in those extra bits and pieces later, maybe? I don't know. Spent yesterday afternoon navigating a music festival, friends visiting from NYC, and am not hungover. Congratulations. It sounds like fun. Still got it. How is Hazel? I'm doing good. I made the executive decision to sleep in until at least 8 this morning, and I feel much better. Got all the sets, mounts, and toys. Just need heirlooms. Nice. Let's see. I bet we could do... Yeah. I have tea. I bet we could do, like, a scenario. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put us in queue. Actually, no, I'm going to pick up my dailies because I almost forgot to do that. Hang on. I'm going to pick up my dailies. I'm going to put us in queue for the long dungeon queue, which is normal. Normal takes way longer to pop than heroic. As well as like a scenario. The scenario will probably pop pretty quickly. So let's do normal dungeon. And then like a normal scenario. They should pop pretty fast. And then after I've done one of these things, we can go get the tea. Keep warm, etc. Incredible remix guild name, by the way. Why, thank you. Sleep fixes nearly everything. Try that week or a 1.2 million bronze still to go to get everything. There's nowhere for that number to go but down. I only have 13 bronze in me right now. I must have really spent it down. I guess if I'm working in these sets, I'm still missing a bunch of stuff. I haven't done it in any particular order. There definitely are sets that I've used, but that I'm missing pieces from. But we're just not gonna stress about it because it doesn't matter. Oh, hang on. Flabby's got a new mog. Let me go check it out. On my way. Use the remix tracking Google Sheet by going to each and every one of my class characters and marking off the ones I still need. I finished them a week ago on that front. Ooh. Plans for Father's Day. No, can't say I do. Tried that week. Or 1.2 million bronze still to go to get everything. Maybe Moose should get his dog dad something. I didn't think of that. Should do something. Make arrangements. Yeah, what about Moose's dad? That is a fair point. I'll have to brainstorm. Oh, it's this. It's this one, not this one. It's okay. All I need to do is when the village defenses section is up, I just need to keep my head and just do stuff. There's a lot of things that count for it, but like I always get really confused and I end up not doing anything. Feet Karsar the Bloodletter. Is he coming? Oh, he's over. He's all the way in there. Here we go get him. Did the last raid I needed on Heroic yesterday? Or today? Nice! Congratulations! Claw of Eternus. Okay. And I helped. Time to brew the Kunlai Kicker. Hi, kitty. You're being so sweet this morning. She, well, we were having coffee this morning. She sneezed like 40 times in a row, because sometimes she does that. And then Moose, like, he was sleeping, and he kind of got up, and he was like, is she good? And he, like, wandered over to the gate and was like, can I see her? Say the dog version of bless you. Item level up to 420 now. Nice. Okay. Last raid I needed was TOT. Find it to be the most difficult raid out of the 5, personally. It's the one that seems to have the most opportunities for things to go sideways. For sure. Okay. We're brewing? We're brewing. I feel like this song, this in-game piece of music in particular, either really reminds me heavily of something existing, or I've just heard it so many times that it's like coded itself into my brain as like a ancestral memory, because every time I hear it, I'm like, I know this from somewhere. Like, that's definitely, I don't know. I don't know. Never mind. I'm not going to worry about it. All right, we're 8 of 10 village defenses already. That's good. That's something. Reminds me of the circus song. That's gotta be it. It's just that one lick. I see you have Paragon of the Mist. Would you say Mythic Garrosh was actually hard? Not in the group that I went with. I went in a full 476 group, and it was pretty similar. It wasn't quite as fast as Heroic, but it was pretty similar. Oh man, we made it past the defenses already. This is great. Nobody even quit the scenario. Did Garrosh Mythic yesterday? Never again. I can't tell if it's rude or if I appreciate it that Mythic Siege of Orgrimmar gives basically the same amount of bronze as Heroic Siege of Orgrimmar. I think I'm on board with it because it means that I don't have any, now that I've done it once, I don't really have any reason to farm it. And I can just sort of like get the bronze that I want in Heroic. Although now that I have all of my Garrosh heirlooms and Tusks of Manaroth purchased, thank you very much. Now that that's done, I don't have to do Siege anymore. I can just not. I could just do Throne of Thunder and the World Tour and then call it good for a day. It won't be as much bronze, but you know, if I run out of stamina the day before I end up getting to Siege, then it's like, oops. Oh well. Now you're a Mythic Raider. Would it be worth farming it for threads if you want to crank the cloak? No. Thread farming for sure is better from like world bosses and stuff. World bosses, Lei Shen. You want Spool specifically. Now that they've been tripled. Feels bad that raiding doesn't give rewards commensurate with being the most difficult content. But if it was like really, really good, then like, I don't know. I think that for remix, it makes sense. I think that if it was like regular game, it would be a little funky, but I'm okay with it for this version of it. What are you going to do with your extra 3 hours a day? My extra 3 hours a day. Oh, of not doing Heroic Siege of Orgrimmar. Or is there something else I've missed? Because if I have 3 more hours, then I have some Stardew planned. Got a farm. I'm making some pickles. You know, very important stuff. I have this thing where I really want to like take some time to like make some fences and some flooring and like lay out my farm nicely and make it feel cute and zen, but like not zen, but just like vaguely organized. But then I don't want to actually take the time to do it because whenever you're doing stuff like that, the clock is ticking and time is running out and I'm like, I could be progressing the game. I should do this in year 2, but by the time that you get to year 2, 3, I'm like done with the regular farm anyway. So I should do it early. I don't know. I'm gonna go get my tea. Kitty cat, you want to take the chair for just a sec? And our dungeon queue didn't even pop yet. This is perfect. I have some regular garden variety, straight out of the tin, Tetley green tea. Just like I used to take in a little travel mug to high school. Tastes like metal. Very nostalgic. Come here, kitty cat. Whoop. Yeah, Hunter's fun. Do you think they'll implement any of the remix tools into the war with it? Depends on what you mean, but I feel like probably not. I think that they'll probably iterate on it for another remix one day, but I don't think that it's gonna revolutionize the way they approach the base game. They seem to be very stressed when playing Stardew Valley. How would you know? Have you ever seen me play Stardew Valley? You're making assumptions. Implement the Tinker Gems in the future gear? Maybe. Could do. It would be a fun thing. Maybe? I don't know. I'm just saying that because I don't want to be like, no. But I think that the incredible amounts of borrowed power work in Remix because the whole point is that you're wacky and overpowered and that it's a limited time event, that you're not going to be like this forever. I think that when you put that into the actual game, now you've just done borrowed power again. You've just brought back corruptions, which some people do want. Some people do want, but my favorite times of the game have never been when all of my power comes from some generic random thing that has nothing to do with my class or my character or my journey. It's just like I got an infinite who's what from something, and then that does all my damage. That's never... I don't like that in the regular game. I think it's fine for this. Not that far off either if we consider the whole Mechagon thing with the special crafted stuff there. Yeah, I think that there's room for that kind of thing in like trinkets and set bonuses. There's definitely like special items from the new raid that have special effects. There's plenty of like things that have interesting cool effects, but I don't know about like slotting 3 new generic abilities that anybody can have into like every piece of gear. Currently doing World Quest and Dragonflight this morning. It is so slow. This one, this one, this one. Okay, so I need more cues. I'm just gonna give it to Flammy. You're a leader. You cue us up. I think I'm gonna try a new thing. Where if I feel like someone's trying to just argue with me over something that does not matter, like my own self-assessment of my own leisure time or a story I told, I'm just gonna not read it. Maybe that's better. Maybe instead of getting pulled into an argument of I said I felt a way and I meant it, maybe we'll just not do that. My favorite thing about Stardew is I can like get my controller on the couch. I can wrap myself up in a big blanket. I like fall over like an egg that you try to stand up on its side, and then I can do the entire thing without moving a muscle. This tea's really good, actually. I know I was trashing it earlier, but it's really nice. Maybe just because it's super hot and it's a little chilly in here. I know it's summertime, but part of the summer strategy is to get the house or the apartment as like cool as possible overnight so that you can like close up the windows, and then when it gets hot later in the day, you've still got a lot of that coolness like insulated in. So it means that sometimes in the summer it's even colder in the mornings than it would have been in the winter when I just like, you know, left the heat on. Because, you know, had the windows open and stuff. This scenario. I can't decide if it's important to me to keep doing threads or not. Like, I kind of want to keep doing world bosses because they're so good for threads. But I also don't really... I can't super justify it because I don't really need to do any more damage. I'm not being locked out of any content. There's nothing that I'm trying to do that I can't keep up in. I'm doing enough damage to contribute to a heroic fast clear. I'm at 476. It's like extra threads are good, but at a certain point, your secondaries are just kind of capped. Doing more damage than Flabby is a great way to ruin your life. It's not a good plan. It's like when you're, it's one of those dreams that is not realistic and is just going to ruin your self-esteem. The only thing you want now is bronze. Nothing else really matters. I think so, yeah. But it's hard to not continue to want the other stuff because you know you're getting, like, it's fun to loot something and be like, I just got 500 haste that I get to keep. And it's hard to remind myself that maybe I don't need that 500 haste. That's all. But like, but you know, it's fun. How many threads does Flabby have? I can ask. How many threads do you have? Ship about to explode. Now with the haste hard cap without combat bonuses. Yeah. Enkindle gives you a huge... I mean, I guess you could probably look into swapping some gems out and trying out other ones. Like, Enkindle's super valuable early because of all the haste, but if you don't need it, then you don't need it. Best open world grind right now for threads? It's a great question. I don't know. I haven't been doing it. I've been getting threads from world bosses, mainly. World bosses and then the Lei Shen treasure trove. The world bosses don't take super long if you're able to look for and join groups. Even if they're just waiting groups, that makes it go a lot faster. The trouble is if you're trying to do world bosses at the same time as like sitting in dungeon queues and you can't join groups. Looks like we're getting into a toes. Oh no, we're doing a raid finder. Alrighty, works for me. Thunder King Trove's great farm. I don't think I bought my key yesterday. I think I didn't have enough, I was lacking the... Oh, whatchamacallums. I was lacking the, lesser charms of good fortune to get my key yesterday. And then I just didn't do it. Like, I farmed the extra charm, I think, but I didn't actually do it. 263 threads. I'm assuming he has 263,000 threads. On Flabby's cloak. I'm at 167,000. And 1,000 stamina. It feels so good. I'm up to 6,400 health. 6.4 million health. This is tricky. I'm up to 6.4 million without any fort buff and without any kind of a health pet. Okay. If it's not 1,000, it's even more impressive what he's doing. Did receive a re-invitation to sign the Blizzard social contract. Huh. Do you think under-leveled remix characters will lose their flying ability once they turn into normal characters? Like if they're like sub 30? Probably. Although I don't know that for sure. We've never, as far as I know... As far as I know, we've never tested publicly the conversion that happens at the end of Remix, so a lot of the specific details like that, we're just kind of guessing based on things people have said or other people's assumptions. Whoa, rares. Imagine Remix hardcore. Maybe. I'd say, is Remix that dangerous? But I guess I have managed to die my own fair share of times. Do I have a pet out? I don't have a pet out. Let's get one. Wait, I think I don't understand. What if the meta is how far people can get without the cloak? Like, I know people take off, sometimes they'll like delete or put in their bank their jewelry pieces so that they have item level scaling that like is more favorable for them because those are just like little bits of secondaries, but that would be an odd remix challenge to do. It would be a challenge run for sure. Doing class trials, not dying of boredom. People do like doing odd things. This is true. This has been confirmed. Strange things have been done while gaming.
Get bone.
I just like being odd. Today's the day that I really need to actually like clean and fold my laundry and stuff. I just need to like write it on my list and then I'll do it. I've just been not making a list because I know if I make it then I have to do it. Need to clean. If the way I mean, I know I haven't talked myself into it for the last few days, but the thing I try to remind myself is that I feel a million times better once it's done. There's something about relaxing in your home once it's like clean that feels so good. It's just so much nicer to veg when you have everything like tidied up and cleaned and vacuumed and whatever. All right. See you later, kitty cat. There's a lot of rares over here. I didn't think I would be able to do Veil rares for the achievement, but it turns out all I do is Veil rares because I always pass by them while I'm heading other places. Because I always start in Veil. Although a lot of these don't count for the achievement, but it doesn't hurt for a couple of bonus threads. I'm gonna head to Galleon-ish. I want to crank out the world bosses relatively quickly. Oh, there's another one. But then I want to do some raid clears for bronze. Because I'm sitting at 14k bronze. 16k bronze. Currently, from just having done like those daily queues. And that's nice, because that happens super fast. Raids reset. I want to say it's like... It's morning. It's like an early morning hour. I want to say 8, but I'm not willing to swear my life on it. 8 Pacific. But maybe it's 8 server. Trick myself into cleaning by making myself complete one task for each level I get on my remix, dude. Coolest is when you come back from a camping trip to clean, organized home with clean sheets. That's the real meta, is making your place super clean before you go somewhere. Even if it's not camping. I'm sure it's like especially incredible after camping, but even if you've just like been away from home traveling for like a few days, and then you get back and everything's just like lovely at home. Because there's nothing worse than leaving home being like, man, it's nice not being surrounded by clutter, and then you get back home and everything's like messy and you're like, oh, I've done this. Best feeling confirmed. Alright, I am very slowly heading to Galleon. We're getting there. But yeah, I used to think it was weird that Locket wasn't at midnight. I wonder if that's just I'm sure there's reasons for it. Maybe just to like respect the late night gamers and not have their Lockets be super weird if that's their gaming session that goes over midnight. But it used to freak me out that I could still do like yesterday's Locket if I got up really early in the morning. Honorable Xiao Hao. Oh. You still drink all kinds of teas. I'm not quite as adventurous as I was before. Mostly just because... Why don't I drink as many as I did before? I've gotten kind of lazy. When I was really into my tea phase, I had a lot of different loose leaf teas, and I would make efforts to buy nicer quality ones in smaller batches so they wouldn't go super stale before I'd had a chance to have them, and I would do fermented teas and stuff, and they were really nice. But lately I've been like, take cheap tea bag, put in pot, steep, drink. I at one point edited down my tea cupboard because it was overwhelming and a lot of the stuff in there was quite old. But I have some cute little tins that are like wrapped in decorative paper that I keep a couple of nicer little ones in. I think I just over time I realized what I liked. It was like I tried 100 things and I realized that, 7 of them that I actually want to have all the time and that I want to have like on hand. And now I just find ways to buy those things more or less in bulk. And anything else would be like more of a special occasion or like a gift kind of situation. Obsessed with vervain tea. Cup night before bed. I haven't heard of that. Tins can also be decorative. That's how I justify. I'm lucky that my cabinets have real doors on them and I can hide the mess of my cupboards behind them. Sometimes I look at kitchens that have like the glass, like open-faced cabinets or like glass-faced cabinets. And they always look beautiful in the staged photos when everything's done perfectly. But like my cupboards never look that peaceful. I don't vibe with it at all. Let me hide my dishes. Open cabinets are a trap. Truly open cabinets seem like a huge trap because you would get dust in them. Sounds like me with beer. I like keeping a couple of basic greens around and then a jasmine green. I like keeping a good Tai Guan Yin loose leaf oolong on hand. I like a real basic straightforward set of little Shopur cakes if I'm looking for like a fermented tea, and that's for every once in a while. I usually have a big old box of like black tea or orange Bacot or maybe English breakfast if I'm feeling fancy. Right now I just have like a big box of the Tetley orange Bacot, and that's like if I'm looking for just like a cup of black tea in the afternoon. And then I have some herbal teas. Some of them I get from my farmer's market lady, and then some of them have been gifts from like birthday and Christmas gifts and stuff. Bought a box of jasmine. I think it might take the place of my morning coffee. Caffeine seems to make me edgy. Love Earl Grey tea. It's a really popular one. I've just never quite clicked with Earl Grey, which I think means more for everybody else. So it's okay. It always tasted like pepper to me. I've had like cheap ones and I've had nice ones. I've had like fancy, I don't know. I've had some nice Earl Greys by all accounts, and it just tastes like black pepper. I think it's the bergamot. I don't like bergamot. Kilogram of dried vervain leaves. Don't have to buy more for like a year now. That's how I do mint tea. I'll buy a like a 1 pound, which is pretty big because mint's quite light when dry, bag of just dried mint leaves. And I'll make mint tea from that, and it lasts you forever. Now this is the trouble with being in queue for stuff. I wonder why we're doing Raid Finder. Yelling up, but we can't do it. Enjoy the London fog. Less bergamot, more lemon and orange. I think I'm just not really a fruity tea kind of person. Flavored teas are usually not my jam either. Like jasmine is one thing. I'll make an exception for jasmine. But the like you'll get black teas that are like black and orange or like a black and rose and stuff like that, and I've tried a bunch of them, and I think I've just established that that's not my wheelhouse. They look pretty, but I'm also really enjoying this, and it's like not nice. It's not a very good tea. It's fine. It probably tastes like tea isn't anyone's jam, I hope. 2 wildly different types of food. Yeah, Grey is spelled with an E. At least in Canadian English. I can't speak for the rest of the world. Canadians do E's and Americans do A's. There's a few words like that. We stick extra U's in some things as well. Max did a raid draft yesterday. Pick 2 early, 3 mid, 2 late, 1 penultimate, and 1 last boss from Legion to Now to make your best possible raid. Care to do a round of it? I don't know. That sounds like a good game for Max. It's a lot of bosses. I would have to try to remember each boss individually because I really don't retain a lot of info from raids that I'm done with. And not to sound callous, but I kind of just enjoy whatever raid is in front of me. I don't really put a lot of thought into, like, I really like this boss and I really hated this boss, because usually a boss that I liked is a boss that I liked because it was a favorable one for my class. Like, whatever I'm playing, some fights are going to be good matchups for you and some won't. And so I usually just like the bosses that I'm strong on. So I guess I could just, like, make a raid based off of, like, 3 target cleave fights that are really good for Shadow Priest. Or whatever. Oh, Galleon up. Yeah. But that's not the point. Like, if I was good at every fight, then it wouldn't be so exciting when I was good at a fight. I think my perspective is too selfish to do that game very well. Raiding mostly because the people I raid with. What talents are you using? I don't know. It might be the starter build. I don't think I actually, like, put much effort into them. Or maybe I grabbed a build off Wowhead. Might have done that. Okay, we're gonna head to the Timeless Isle. I'm gonna fly there because I don't have a fancy portal. Most of the different American spellings can be traced back to one man, Merriam-Webster, who wrote an American English dictionary. Do we think that it was like an accident? Or do we think that he just liked spelling them like that? He just decided that all of those extra U's were extraneous. He didn't need them. Intentional spelling reform, as it was called then. Listen, sometimes you gotta make yourself a little distinct from your, I don't even know what metaphor I'm going for. Shriekwing was a #1 first early draft pick. Really? I think the things I look for in an early boss are different than things that other people might then. Shriekwing was, like, I feel like it was a cool fight, but for a first boss, when I think of a first boss, I want something that is almost a glorified target dummy. I want, like, an eggnog or, like, a... trying to think of some other good ones. Something that is very straightforward, establishes the theme, lets you wake up a little bit because you just started raiding and you're like, wait, what do these buttons do? I've been playing Hearthstone or whatever. I'm not... I'm not trying to have fights where somebody who's not awake yet can wipe the whole raid by, like, leaving their stuff in the stat group. Okay. Oh yeah, I gotta use my meteor jet. Meteor jet. There we go. Ordos is crying flames. He is crying flames. Are you okay, bud? I mean, he's about to not be. Want to say Terry the Terragrude? He was kind of fun. I liked the idea of, like, getting the different, picking up your powers before the first boss and, like, you know, making sure somebody has XYZ thing. That was neat. Oh, 1,000 stamina. Terra Grew, high pick for early boss as well. Worst part, clearing the trash every week. I have a soft spot for any trash farms and trash clears in raids that can knock people off the edge to their deaths. That will never not be funny to me. Every week there was somebody who was like just setting up their talents or something, like kind of sort of auto running after the rest of the group. And then they would get hit by a slam and knocked off the edge and they would go, ah, geez, not again. And it was funny to me every single time, even when it was me, because it was sometimes me. It was wonderful. Plus, every once in a blue moon, I was able to save somebody with a life grip, and that always felt good. So humbling when it happens to you. Killing people with the Tindrill spawn. Yeah, we always had a few of those too. People would die before in the trash right before Senarth, the ice spider in the first raid. I don't know exactly what the deal was, but there was something that like blew up on Melee that would always smoke our poor rogue every single week. I managed to fall to my death after, like, on the heading to Farak in Emir Drasil. Like, they open up the rift in the sky and you're supposed to ride your dragon riding mount through, but sometimes I would have mounted up too early, so my mount wouldn't get flying, so I would get on my mount and I would run off the edge and I would just go pew, pew. And the first time it happened, it was like, I think in the Awakened season, because I just never happened to do that when the raid was current, even though I guess it was a thing. And it happened to me and I'm like, wait, you can do that? This was an option. What? Hello. Hi, Scarlet. How are you doing? Bonjour. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Existing. That's a good thing to be. Happy Sunday to you. I've got... Oh, Shavanger up. Group up, group up. Happy House of the Dragon Day for all the fans out there. Yeah, world bosses are still fine as long as you're able to basically just refresh the group finder. It's worse if you have to wait for them to spawn. And then we're gonna head up to Undasta. The first overall first pick out of all bosses, Payne Smith. Yeah. Neat fight. Good time. Good time. They were picking mythic fights, I think. Yeah. That fight was awesome. Fate Scribe first boss for every raid. Fate Scribe was like so cool and I hated doing it because it was a mess every week. You would like, it was very weak aura dependent. Trying to sort it out if you like without weak auras was possible surely, but like people were just, it was just so hard to herd cats in that one. And oh man. And then because like you could just have like one person just like space and be like, wait, what? That was me? And then the entire thing wipes after like 9 minutes of fighting the boss. Just brutal. Leveled 170 today. Already 384. Very nice. Congratulations. I did not do this right. Where's my yak fur? And now we wait for it. I farm these mobs sometimes while I'm waiting for it, but they don't really drop very much bronze. They give you bones, which are good for nothing for me. Hello. Hello, how you doing? We took Mr. Moose on a large adventure yesterday. We took him on a great expedition, a big trek to a store that he was able to go into to get him some, to buy some dog treats. Again. But this was a different one, and it was a big trip. And he had just the best time. But I think it was funny because we took him, like, not at his usual walk time, so he just kind of thought he was going for, like, a little sniff walk, and then we, like, kept going, and he's like, wait, oh, okay. And then by the time that we, like, left the store and we were heading back, he was like, are we still walking? Guys, I need a minute. But he had a wonderful time. We don't take him into stores super often, but he's very good. He's very well behaved. He loves it. He was so happy. He just wanted to smell everything. Controversial pick number 2, Argus. Okay, so now we need Nalek. And then maybe Lei Shin. I want to do raids though. Great smell. I don't think I've ever seen somebody do that before. Also, Hunter Killer, thanks for giving out a gift sub. Appreciate it. And Amy had it in 16-month resub as well. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Gigantic emote. New channel point redeemed. That's fun. You know what? That graphic looks all right blowing up that big. Sanctum had a lot of bosses being able to turn into an absolute circus in 1 second. So cute. Hi, Hazel. Hi, chat. Hi, Honey Bun. Giant Kira. I was scrapping stuff. Sitting on 17k. My new thing is saving up as much bronze as I can in a day. And then spending as much of it as I can in one big go. Alright, so they're saying... Heroic... Okay, I'm thinking that's a lot of acronyms. Heroic World Tour, Mogushan Vaults, Heart of Fear, Terrace. A lot of people don't do them in that order, but that's good for me. I'm gonna head to Mogushan Vaults. It did look like it was a bits redeem and not a channel point redeem. Working on supporting Ensemble and Arsenals. Hopefully done in the next day or 2. Oh, cool. Aw, thanks, Mark Donator. One day I want to do a bit of a stream makeover where I just kind of like vet all the graphics and come up with some new ones and some new alerts and stuff. The smart thing to do would be to do it piecemeal over time and just be like, oh hey, here's a couple emotes, here's a new, sub alert or whatever. Although I'm kind of attached to the sub alert with the squirrel that like hugs the heart because I made that. It's like looking at like my grade school art project and I'm like, but it's still working. It's cute. Although I suppose I can make something else that's janky and use that instead. I love the squirrel. Most people hate it because it ruins the flow of chat. Become a bit iconic. But it would be so much more fun to like stock up a bunch of stuff and then do it as like a rebrand. Or not a rebrand, but like a refresh. That'd be fun. I need to do my YouTube banner. My YouTube banner has a photo of me from like 10 years ago. And, it is me, but I've gotten older since then. Hazel remix. Oh, man. The ship a Theseus version of you. But yeah, I think I might just put my gnome on the banner. Or come up with something else. I don't want it to look too modern. I don't want it to be too, like, slick and clean and, like, Hazelnut Games Enterprises, because I don't feel like that's really the vibe. I am not a I mean, by some definitions I am a company, I'm a sole proprietorship, but, like, I'm not, like, a corporation. I am a one-woman show. I very much still don't have a team. I don't need my graphics to make me look like I'm about to hold an IPO. This is Heroic. This is a Heroic World Tour. Kira on the YouTube banner. I do have Kira and Moose. They've really been slacking on their social media outreach, though. I told both of them that I want to see a demo content calendar. And as far as I can tell, they're both napping. Seems like they take cues from leadership. I'm allowed to say that. You're not, and you're fired. I'm taking my bronze. I am deleting my bones. There's a sentence that you wouldn't want to have happen to you out of nowhere. I'm deleting my bones. Noodle body. I just don't know what all of this garbage is for. I think there's some things that they didn't really intend to have drop in Remix, but they just didn't take out, and they just kind of like litter your bags. As long as it's your decision to delete your phones. Oh, man. I should save up all the bronze caches so I can open them all at once, but it's so hard not to just want to like pop them open like one by one as you get them. Delete bones, become octopus. Finished Remix today, went back to retail. Seems so quiet now. I poked around a little bit on Hardcore Realms last night, just out of curiosity to see if there were people around. And there are still people that are playing Hardcore Classic. It's not swathes of them or anything. It is pretty quiet. But if you turn on Deathlog and you hang out for a while, every now and then you'll see someone die. Still happens. I feel like I should play my main even though there's no real reason anymore, seeing as I have everything. Yeah, I think if I get to that point... I think if I get to the point where I have everything off the vendor and I still want to play Remix, I'm gonna dig into the weapons more. But then if I feel like I'm ready to go do something else, then I'll just do something else. Once I get over my Destiny addiction, my plan is to go back to hardcore. Is that a pixie cut? I would just say clippers. It's not something that I've had done anywhere. When my hair annoys me too much, I just shave it off now. It's real good.
Watch your step.
It's so nice for summer. I want to go swimming more places because I'm like, imagine jumping in a lake and not having to worry about like trying to detangle your curls after. Imagine just like swimming. It would be like dry before you got back to the car. Although I had short hair all last summer and I don't think I went swimming once. I think I'm all talk and no actual, no actions. Too busy staying home. Walk in my doggy. My Moosie's so sweet. Lake or pool? Either hair-wise. But lake is what I had in mind. 2 summers ago, I stopped by a lake and I went swimming on one of the hot days in the summer. And I, like, really enjoyed taking the dip, but I was, like, after I was sitting on the beach trying to finger comb my hair out because my hair at that point was, like, shoulder length or a little above shoulder length. But I have curls. I have and they were unhappy, and I was just like, oh. It did not dry in a way that was nice for me or my scalp or my hair. Or the sea. Yeah. We've got some warnings of like, maybe don't go into the sea beach right now. I think it's just the warm weather makes bacteria grow. Thank you for the Altix speed tips. Oh, cheers. I'm glad they're working for you. A couple of people have like shown me screenshots of people calling it Hazel's leveling thing in like Group Finder or on social media or like on their Discords and stuff, and it's like the cutest thing ever. Beach adventure? 2 years ago. This is a really old, and it's not a very long story. I feel like every summer I look at like an LL Bean catalog because I bought clothes from them and now they mail me catalogs for the rest of my life. And I see photos of people like, you know, at the beach, and I'm like, you know what? I could be at the beach. If only, and then I like, you know, get like a swimsuit and a beach towel and whatever. And I just assume it's going to be like a big thing that I'm going to do all summer. And then I do it maybe once, or in this case, I do it once 2 years ago.
Stack high.
I just like the idea of swimming more than the actual practice of it, I think. Favorite fruit. What is my favorite fruit? Do I have an answer to that? Blackberries are really good, but I don't know if that's like the number one. Raspberries? Might be raspberries. I'm biased. I have a little raspberry plant that like survives out on my balcony, and it actually makes me raspberries every year, and I love them so much. Love raspberries too. If we're playing the berries aren't a fruit game, then I'm changing my answer to tomato. My favorite fruits are tomatoes. I certainly eat more of them than other fruits. In the form of tomato sauce, anyway. I made pasta with tomato sauce for dinner last night. I remember I thought when I was 476, I was going to be really impressive and I was going to do all kinds of damage, and now I'm just like here. I love them, but they don't love me. Cherries. Cherries are really good. If we leave aside the botanical classification of all of these different plant-based foods, if we just put that argument down, I will also say that coconuts are delicious and that coconut water is extremely refreshing. I think that the rich version of me would have coconut water in her fridge all the time, and she would be like, I wouldn't have one every day because let's not get crazy. But like on the weekend, I would drink a coconut water and I would be like, yep, that's right. I'm rich. Takes first for papaya. Papaya is really good. Mango is very good too. I didn't have fresh mango until quite late in my life. Or late in my life relative to now, not late in my overall life. I hope. Oh, cherries were on sale? I don't trust myself to buy cherries even when they are on sale because I fail the math every time and I'm like, oh man, it's only X dollars per some amount of measurement. Surely this bag will be a reasonable amount of money. And then I take the bag of cherries to the checkout and they're like $29 and I'm like, oh geez, okay, fine. I'm not going to put them back because I'm embarrassed, but like, oh, every time, I swear. Okay, we're going to Heart of Fear. I love it when you go through the checkout and the teller's like, are you sure you want to buy these cherries? You don't look like you can afford these cherries. So bored. You know what I hate? What is it? Oh, it's the mail helper update. That's neat. Shops don't put price tags and stuff. Lol, annoying. You're at a Starbucks and someone asks, "How are you? How was your day?" Shut up, I want my coffee. My go-to line is "Good, thanks. How was your day?" And I try to actually look at them when I ask them because I actually do want to know. Because I remember when I worked retail, I'm sure not everybody would like that, but I always liked it when someone actually like talked to me a little bit. I didn't want to hear their life story, but it was nice when they acknowledge you as opposed to just being on their phone the entire time and being like, "Come on, check out, bot. Give me my HDMI cable, please." Where am I going? I'm going to Heart of Fear. I just haven't made it there yet. We're taking the summon. Thanks, Flibby. You have people who tell you their life story. True, but if they're the barista and they're at Starbucks, they probably don't have time for that. If there's a line, they're probably going to keep it short. Hopefully. BRB. Moving to Germany. Secured my place at college, studying media. That's very exciting. Congratulations. I'm so proud of you. When you go get coffee, would you rather go where the staff know you or where they don't? For most of my life, I would have said where they don't know me. But I've started to live here long enough that people, they don't know like my name, my life or anything like that. But like I've made acquaintances of like a lot of people around. So it's not unusual for me to go somewhere and then run into somebody I know and be like, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" Which is generally the extent of my small talk because after that I'm totally out. But it's it's kind of nice. Besides, just like Saga's saying, like if I'm getting a coffee from somebody that I know, they probably know that I'm a little awkward but harmless. Is the thing that I'd like everybody to eventually figure out about me when they know me in real life is that I'm a little bit unnatural, but I promise I'm harmless. I'm not mean. I'm not snooty or too good for anybody. I just 404 on the words a lot. And I think as people get to know me, they realize that I'm just kind of awkward and that it's not a problem. But I can sometimes make a bad impression because of the 404 thing. So the more people get to know me, the better I'm usually doing. Love being a regular at my coffee shop, having them know me. Builds bonds, roots to your community, which I'm all personally all about. It's like really morbid, but sometimes I think that like it's a strangely comforting thought that if I was murdered, there are like a handful of people that live in my area that if they found out and they were like, "Oh, it was her. Oh no," like they would be like, "That sucks." You know, like I wouldn't just disappear without anybody noticing. It's a vaguely comforting thought. I hope I don't get murdered. I'm doing my best to not. But it's a thought that crosses your mind once in a while when you've come across too much true crime. True crime. 15k left and I'm done with collecting from vendors. Focus on upgrading gear, getting my Paragon title, and be done with remakes.
Beware.
As soon as I start getting treated like a regular, I go someplace else. Oh man, the petty part of me really wants to ask you why you're here. Kind of fulfilling to know how other people think of you. Man, I should be a coffee shop regular. But then I'd be spending money on coffee. Although, I spend money on, I don't know, stuff. I can probably make room in the budget.
Beware.
I finally put a price tag on my dream house. I was like looking around being like, listen, if you could live anywhere and you had any amount of money to do it, but it was a life you actually wanted to live and not get like freaked out by your property taxes or, you know, your et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Where would you most realistically actually want to live? And I finally put a number on it. It's not a number I think I could afford, anytime soon. But if I was going to have a goal, it's nice to have a goal. I'm now wondering if you could actually say something that would bother me. I will do my best not to. I don't know if it's possible, but let's try not to find out. It's not a nice way to treat people, you know. I'm gonna be a media student soon. What kind of... I'm so curious as to what kind of things you would do in classes. What kind of stuff would you learn? Should I do it? You're influencing me.
Beware.
Think you'd get something out of that? Also, I disapprove of you getting murdered. Appreciate it. Me too. Told we get to make a short film? Ha ha ha. I'll know more on the 9th. You want to know what extremely predictable pop culture thing has happened to me in the last week? Like, extremely predictable. What? I fell down the Chapel Roan rabbit hole, as I believe has everybody else. It's like it's if it's a void, it's one that has gone big and encompassed a lot of people in the last like 4 months. I came across a few songs a while back, and I just like skimmed through them and was like, I don't know, I don't get it. And I moved on. But I heard so much buzz about it recently that I was like, you know what? I've got time. Take me down the rabbit hole. And predictably, I'm all about it now. Tiny Desk concert, Tiny Desk concert. All right, we're going to Terrace. Espresso's also very fun. Fell down in my bathroom. Oh, are you all right? Chapel Roan is the artist that I've fallen into the rabbit hole of. Listening to her since a few of my friends went to high school with her. Her blow up has happened almost overnight. I think that I see why people connect with it. There's something very genuine about the energy that's like really fun. I am going this way, that's right. Did you see the new Glass Animals album soon? I didn't, but I'm very excited now. New Glass Animals? Made my morning. Let me do the most important and well-phrased Google search. New Glass Animals when? 4th studio album out July 19th. Shout out to them for having their website done in a way that answers my question straight away. Can I put it on my calendar? I'm writing this down. This is important. July 19th. New Glass Animals. Looks like my car playlist is about to get one album bigger. Oh, I should probably check out the new single. I'm sure it's good. Oh, wait, I'm coming. I'm sorry. I'm helping.
Phase 3.
You know what thought I had? Was if I ever shaved my head on stream, if I would literally do it at my desk and then just like cover my keyboard and stuff with a towel or something, because otherwise imagine picking hair clippings out of your keyboard for like the rest of your life. I know most people would set it up from like their bathroom or like a park or something like that, but I don't know. I like streaming from this room. It's good. What if it's going to be the worst album you ever heard? It will personally insult you. You mean, like, what if they have a song that's like, Hazel, we know you're listening. Stop it. You stink. That would be...
4,
iconic. That would make my life. I use a little vacuum for the keyboard. I bought one of those once upon a time, and it was useless, and I chastised myself thoroughly for spending like $25 on the cheapest Amazon dropship trash. Gonna shave it again? Maybe. It's getting a little poofy for my liking. Getting a little sweaty. But yeah, I'm sure if you covered your desk with a towel, just because you basically just want to keep your hair from going anywhere that's hard to get it out of. Like the floor is fine, you can vacuum the floor, but you just want to keep it out of the keyboard mainly. Can you imagine if someone you dated once wrote about you in a book? I don't know. It would be difficult. Because, like, on one hand, you know, everyone has the right to tell their own story. On the other hand, especially if, like, everybody knows you're talking about you, rough.
Killads.
Upsetting thing is when I get on bed. Aw. Definitely take it easy.
Killads.
Get the Flowbee, whatever vacuum attachment clipper thing. I was looking, speaking of things that I decided were too much gadget but might be a good idea, I was in a few pet stores recently because I've been taking my dog to them, and I was looking at various, like, grooming attachments for de-shedding a double-coated dog. Like, there's the Furminator, there's this, like, Kong grooming device, and I was, like, in the store, and I'm already kind of overwhelmed because I'm in public, and I'm in public with my dog, so I'm trying to make sure he doesn't, like, I don't know, eat the treats in the store. And I'm, like, looking at this device, and I'm, like, reading everything on the back, and I'm like, this is too much. It's too complicated. It might be a good idea, but I'm just gonna brush my dog. Like, why is it $50? Just use a normal broom. It's just, his undercoat is blowing, and it's, like, impossible to get it all out. The slicker brush does a decent job, but you have to do it, like, every single day. I've taken to just carrying the brush with me when I go on walks with him, and then just, like, brushing him as we go. Like, I'll be walking behind my dog, like, brushing him as he walks in front of me, and people are, like, looking at me like, why is she doing that? Brush that the girl with the dogs uses in her grooming vids. Especially for double coats. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely things. They're just expensive. Although, I did spend, like, I don't know, some insane amount of money, like $30 or something, and it was for a mud buster, which is literally like a plastic tumbler, like a plastic cup that has like a silicone insert with bristles, and you fill it up with water, and when your dog's paw is muddy, you go plunk, 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 and then you dry with a towel and it's clean. And at the time, I'm like, I am the biggest sucker in the world. This thing is, there's no way it's worth remotely close to that amount of money, but it's kind of awesome. It kind of does a beautiful job of cleaning up his feet after he's been, like, rollicking in the mud, which he will do if there's any mud. His feet are gonna find it. And it makes them so nice and clean. It's pretty easy, you know? Yeah, you could do the same thing with, like, I don't know, a bucket, but it's it does a good job. Who are you gonna call? Mudbuster. Where are we going? We're up to 48k bronze. Samoyed, we'd use a long tooth, comb, and a brush. Nothing fancy needed. Yeah, and I'm sure your Samoyed's fur is much longer and thicker than Moosie's. Moosie's got a double coat, but like a pretty minor one. It's fairly reasonable in thickness and depth. He's so soft when you brush him. I was laying down on the couch yesterday, and he, like, got up and came to find me, and he just like gave me the puppy kisses attack. Like, it was just so sweet. Sometimes the extra money's worth it. Yeah. If it's something that you're gonna have, that you're gonna presumably continue using for like, for the rest of, you know, like it's not something that you have to replace all the time. It's probably a reasonable investment. I was trying to look for bigger and heavier dog nail clippers because the ones that I have kind of work, but like you have to really give her to get through the dog's nail. And I feel like they could be a little bigger and a little sharper. Or maybe longer handles for more leverage or something. But yeah, I've also become like that person that has just a bunch of unreasonable Amazon gadgets for very normal tasks. Whoa! Almost backhanded my water bottle off my desk. Theory! You only ever gotta buy the expensive brush once unless it gets chewed or lost. True. He's not big on chewing his brushes and stuff. He likes stealing my garden gloves. At this point, he's not even chewing on them or anything. He'll just like pick one out of the thing and then bring it over to the floor and then drop it down and then be like, what are you going to do about it? I know I'm not supposed to do that. And I've kind of caught on to that. I'm pretty sure he just wants attention for it. So I just put the glove back, ignore him for a bit, and then do something different with him. Or you could just get ripped. Seen the guy that makes his pup scratch at a panel for a treat to file down his pup's nails. Interesting. That's kind of cool. Like a good solution for a dog that just like won't deal with clippers or the Dremel or anything. Cat loves chewing his brush. My dog doesn't. Do I have the charms for this? I do. Okay. I'm coming. Throne should be fine. We've got lots of 476s in here. We're getting like 80k to 100k bronze per day just doing like the raid tour now. It's pretty nice. I'm not using a meteor chip or anything because I feel like I'm going to get a summon. But I probably should have just booked it. Set up macros. Train moose to crafting with a foot pedal that also gives treats. Oh no. He's such a smart cookie. His big floppy ears. His big thumpy tail. It's cute. He'll be just like laying down, like snoozing or just like watching things. And then if he sees you come over to say hi to him, like he catches on that you're coming to go say hi to him, his tail will start to go thump, 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 hi! Like every single time. And he lives with us. He sees us all day. Free from collecting, now to focus on getting to 476. Nice. Alright, anyway. Only 10:25. We've been going through all this pretty quick today. I'm not ready for Remix to... I mean, I was about to say, I'm not ready for Remix to be over. I should be very clear. Remix is nowhere close to over. Whoa, I almost fell off the edge. It has plenty of time left. I'm just going to reach a point where I have what I was looking for from Remix. And I'm going to have to think very carefully if there's anything else I want to accomplish from here. Or if I wanted to run around for running around's sake. But I think that once I have nothing left to buy, it's not going to feel as meaningful to me. Hello, how you doing? Today will be the day that I've collected everything from Remix. Congratulations. Yeah, it starts to go real quick. I mean, now that they've like doubled bronze from caches, it starts to go real quick. How will you be able to function without every single weapon tint? Imagine it's like the 3rd week of the War Within, and I show up on stream and my head's in my hands and I'm like, guys, I can't do it. I didn't get a one-handed mace color. I can't level anymore. It's missing. Yeah, I'm gonna do some weapon tints. I'm not gonna do all of them. I'll certainly try to do everything that I can get on a hunter. I'm gonna try to fill out this list. Which is, well, there's gonna be doing LFR. I don't know about that.
Beware. Beware.
So I have no haste gems in. I have 8 crit gems, 1 mastery, and then a bunch of Versa gems. I'm pretty over. I don't know. Keep hoping the ladder weapon vendor make LFR drop 2 items. Yeah, I said I was going to get everything off the hunter, but now that I'm thinking about trying to farm LFR tints, I don't know. Maybe not. I think I could probably get rid of that crit gem, or some of these crit gems. Especially if I have 3 extra Versa gems. Because at a certain point, like if my crit was like, okay, now I'm at 89%. I was gonna say if I'm critting 99% of the time. This is before combat buffs though. I might have some that give me extra crit. I might not. Who's to say? No way to solo LFR like retail. No, I think you have to wait for the queue to pop. Alright, which one do they want to go for first? Because this fight works a lot better if you kill them one
Beware.
at a time. It's easy to bug them out if you just cleave them all down. I didn't even livestream. Oh no, someone went straight. Unfair of me to be a little annoyed when people say everything, when they mean everything they want or everything from a vendor. I think that worrying about whether or not your feelings are fair to have is a little bit of a dead end. Because you have them, so they exist and they're valid. You can decide how much energy you want to spend and pour into clinging to your feelings, and you can also decide whether or not you want to share your feelings with other people. Those are kind of the two choices you have when it comes to having a feeling. How much do I want to commit to this feeling, and how much do I want to make it other people's problem? Feelings correct. But it's like hard. It's really hard. And a pull. Do you think the modern game needs more unskippable cutscenes like that? I mean, half the fun of going to the movie theater is being able to watch all those previews that you cannot fast forward, skip, mute, or alter in any other way before they show you the movie that you actually paid to see. So what if before you were allowed to start your raid night, they made everybody watch advertisements for the next Call of Duty game? Unskippable, unmutable. Uninstall. Unskippable unless you get the extra edition. What if the forced play ads are only for free to play players? Like, what if you could play WoW for free with no sub fee, but you had to watch unskippable advertisements for other Blizzard properties before you did all kinds of things, so nobody will take you to groups because it takes you 30 seconds to be ready to poll. Right? Disgusting. Yeah, I don't want to live to see the day. Did you really go to see the movies if you haven't watched the Nicole Kidman trailer right before the movie started? You know what's funny is I literally have not seen that ad, but I know exactly what you're talking about. Like I've heard about specifically the Nicole Kidman one. She'll forever be oh my goodness, what was the character's name for Moulin Rouge? Satine. Love her in that movie. I also can't sit here and complain about ads when I'm streaming on Twitch and I make my living off of YouTube. I quite literally pay my rent via ads. And every time I go to my Twitch ad manager, they're like, listen, you're running this many ads an hour. But if you ran this many, and they like keep bumping the numbers up. Like at one point it was like 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, or 3, 5, 7. And I run 5 minutes of ads an hour. And they're like, listen, if you did 10 minutes, that would be so sick. It's like, okay, calm down. At a certain point, people just want to watch this stream. Oh, man.
Beware.
Super pumped that they just announced Practical Magic 2. Fingers crossed, it's good. Using Mark of Arrogance speeds it up tremendously. Flooby's on top of it. How will I know what brand of electric razor should I buy? There's no ads in WoW.
Beware.
Yeah, they're on a schedule, and I run them whenever I get up, and that should bump back the autoplay ones. It doesn't completely get rid of them because I don't get up enough for that, but Jump in the water, goes to the main boss directly. 100% uptime. Oh. Fancy. I got an achievement. I wonder if later in the stream after raid clears and stuff, if my dog oh, he's always sleeping this time of day. It's like we haven't had a Moose Eve stream visit in a while. I wonder if he would come by. He's so handsome. Miss him. But he might be just like passed out. I started trying to teach him new tricks again. And we're working on turn, which is like spin, but just in the other direction. But I messed up early in teaching it to him, and at one point he got excited and he did like a little hop while he was trying to turn counterclockwise. And I, at the time, messed up and I just gave him the treat because I was like, well, you know, he did turn, but now he does the hop every single time. Like, I can't, I should probably start again with a new word, but it's kind of cute. I don't know, like he'll just kind of like, and he'll just do a little shark hop and twist himself in the air, and it's like, okay, fine. But like, that's not really what we were going for. But it's kind of cute, and you're so proud of yourself. Oh man, some people just got comboed by that. I was in danger. Could have been me. Coincidentally, ads just ran, and it was a Razor one. Where can we actually farm those open world transmogs? You can farm them off of mobs directly. People will find farm spots where mobs spawn. You can just kind of kill through mobs. Rares, quests, anything that gives you a random piece of loot in the zone has a chance to give you that mog. So you could quest through the zone, you can, and that's a good thing because you'll also be killing mobs. You can do rares as you find them if you have any quests left. If you don't have any quests left, I would just kind of like kill mobs and kill rares. Getting wombled by snails, traditional. Okay, Jikun time. I was saving all these extra like haste and mastery and crit gems and stuff so that I could trade them via my friend to like a new alt if I was leveling one, but if it's like kind of not important, I should probably just scrap them. Easier to quest on new tunes for them. That might be the move. But yeah, you could save up like an entire kit of legendary gems and then just move them around to different characters that you're leveling. It'd be a little bit of a setup to do, but they would be super strong while questing. I have this poor fern in my office that I feel like I'm not qualified to keep because it really wants to be quite wet. It's a fern. It wants to be damp. It wants to be humid. And I just don't remember it often enough. I need to switch it out for another snake plant. I love snake plants and they love me because I can ignore them and they're happy. I just like the concept of ferns because there's bajillions of them in the forest around here, so it kind of reminds me of being outside, but I just don't water them enough to do it. I've already leveled a warrior in Remix, but it would be good for weapon collecting to level another one. I could level like a Tauren warrior or something just to get weapon appearances, but then also a Tauren for heritage armor. I haven't done a Tauren yet. I could make a big old cow. Moo Blades, first of his name. This is wise. Answer is more warriors. Yep. They are fun to have as like multiples because they're great for farming old raids and stuff. It's really satisfying to just like heroic leap and charge around and like whirlwind stuff. I mean, it's no speed drip, but it's like leagues better than a priest.
Watch your feet.
Alright. It's one dead Darumu. I think next time we get to a room we're just gonna start farming trash. I'm gonna try to squeeze in a real quick break before we and hope I don't get left behind. Hey, hello, hello! Are you gonna remake the mage? That's a great question. I think I'm gonna try and... Oh, it's gonna be awful, but I think I'm gonna try and finish leveling the mage I already started. With kind of sort of the same technique, but not exactly, because obviously I haven't been saving up XP items the entire time. I don't know, just like dungeons and raids and stuff. But if I want Flyby to carry me in Fluby, I need to do it in a day that he hasn't done raids with me on Squidgy. Oh yeah, I was gonna take a quick break. One sec. Look, I'm helping. I never left. Rogues will get double hook with hero talents, just saying. Man, I don't... Maybe one day I'll have to mess around with another rogue. I have a rogue, I just don't know what she's for. I don't really know what she does. Something, mutilate, eviscerate. Something combo points.
Beware.
There you go. Hey, I got done with the Shadow Pan Assault. Would you look at that? Rogues are for sitting in town and opening lockboxes. Rogues are for wandering around the Dalaran sewers going, wait, how do I get into the class hall again? Had to look at my trove tally and I was like, nope. I'm glad I got some stabs by playing my hunter. I'm glad I switched my loot spec to survival and got a bunch of two-handers. The polearms I may or may not use, but like the caster stabs I'm all about. I'm not too fussed about wands. So I think I can avoid doing a caster. I think a warrior would be good for me. Would you have, if you wanted to get one-handed weapons on a warrior, although I guess you wouldn't loot. The problem is being able to equip something to learn it from Mog is not the trouble. It's like a warrior can equip a dagger, right? But it's never going to drop for them from one of those caches. Is it? Like, when I was playing a warrior, I was getting... Yeah, for one-handers either Fury or Prop, but it's never going to give you a dagger. You would have to get somebody to trade it to you. Which means you'd have to talk to a stranger. Which is, you know, spooky. Watch this without sound, it looks like it's on 1.5 speed. I do think Mop was such a good choice for their first remix, though. This has been so cool. Yeah, I have staves from Hunter. I guess it's a bit... No, I guess there's Agi staves.
Beware.
I was sleeping this morning, but I didn't quite sleep in until my alarm because I heard something that was like do-do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do-do, and I was like, it sounds like an alarm, but I swear I don't have an alarm that sounds like that, but it's going off really regularly, and it sounds like it's trying to wake me up, and I look up and it's like maybe 7 o'clock, and I'm like, what? And then I'm like, oh, there's a woodpecker right outside just going ham on either like the building or like a telephone pole or something. It's like, come on, please. Close the window and put your earplugs back in. Oh, this is heroic. There is no Mythic Throne of Thunder. The only Mythic raid in Remix is Siege of Orgrimmar. Nature's alarm clock. Yeah, it's cute now. They're cute when you see them out and you're like, do the thing. But like when you're trying to sleep. Oh. Yeah, 7 and not 5. I did get up briefly earlier, but I think that's just because I had been getting up and my body was like, are you sure you don't want to get up and do something? You could do it. Better than a neighbor screaming child at 6 a.m. Don't ask me how I know. Anywhere I camp, they find me. Crows are nature's alarm clock. How hard is Siege with a full group of max level people? Not hard. It feels very similar to doing it on Heroic if you get a group of full 476. A little slower, but you don't really have to worry too much about mechanics. I don't think I did any mechanics in my run. I was just there.
4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bird called an evening grosbeak that loves to sing loudly in the mornings and evenings.
3,
Hard to be mad. It's a very
2,
pleasant song.
1.
I remember when I first found out that
4, 3, 2.
about to get knocked off the edge over
1.
here. It's a good thing I'm really fast. That roosters, yes, they crow in the morning, but they also crow extra in the evening. And also they crow all day long and sometimes in the middle of the night. Like, they're not real picky. No one showed them the cartoons where roosters crow at 5 a.m. once and then not for the rest of the day. I was a kid and we had roosters for the first time and I'm like, wait, why? Someone tell that bird.
4.
How much bronze is needed to buy everything?
2, 1.
There's an answer. It's over a mil. Depends on what you already have, because some of the stuff is stuff that you might have farmed previously.
3, 2,
There's a weak aura.
1.
There's a weak aura that will show you how much you need to farm still and in which categories. Yeah.
4.
Made a friendship with the crows at my work.
2, 1.
Several roosters and they'll set each other off crowing constantly.
3, 2, 1.
It's also really funny when they're not good at it, or heaven forbid you get a hen that decides that she's gonna crow. Because, you know, there's like the movie version of a rooster crowing, and then sometimes they're like not good at it. It sounds like someone's trying to strangle the thing. Hear church bells in the morning. Oh, that's very cinematic. How much XP gain is safe to have? So you should be somewhere in the 330%-ish range by the end of it, but if you haven't done all of the heroic dungeons, then you're going to have a problem because you won't have enough XP tokens in your mail to get you there even with a good XP buff. Should be 16 total heroic dungeons. What am I mostly missing from vendors? Sets right now. I'll show you after we get out of here, I'll show you my weekor and where I'm at. Do some shopping because I have 50k on me plus all these caches. It's funny how much faster Raden is than Lei Shen, just because you can stick him in a corner and he doesn't make you stop killing him for any reason. There we go. We got... lots and lots of bronze. 2 greater bronze caches, haha. Thank you very much, everybody. We're gonna leave the party, hearth back to shrine. I want to take a second to sort my life out and maybe buy some stuff. Or maybe I'll do siege before I go shopping. Let's clean up my bags a little bit. So let's scrap all the gear. I'm sitting on 50k. I wish that scrapping gear gave you a little more for how... I mean, it's not nothing, it's fine, but like even scrapping epics gives you like maybe, I don't know. I don't even know if it's 60 bronze per. I probably should have just gotten the scrap add-on. I just haven't bothered. Okay, and then these are 1,500 each. These should be 2,500 each. Ho ho ho! Now I'm up to 84k, and we haven't even done siege yet. Also an epic spool. Some crit. So, weekor wise, this is the weekor that I have linked in chat here. You can also Google it if you want, if you're catching this on the VOD, by Googling Pandaria Bronze Completion. I have 266k bronze left to farm. This is, as Jeff is saying, for unique appearances, not appearance IDs, if that matters to you. And I'm sitting on 84k right now from doing my daily stuff. So I'm probably gonna try and finish out the heroic mythic sets vendor and then dig into the normal sets vendor. World sets, and then I'm doing toys last. I'll do toys at the very end. I have 2 expensive toys left. But it's going pretty quick now that we're just blowing through these raids. It's weird, I'm going to be getting more Garrosh Bones of Manaroth, but I don't need them for anything. I've actually bought everything for Bones of Manaroth. What are you working on with Remix? Collecting all the things? I want everything at least off the vendor. I'm not committing to getting all of the unique weapons because that project feels like more than I can manage. But I'll get some of the stuff. Yeah, you get 1 per normal, you get 4 per heroic, you get 10 per mythic. for Bones of Manaroth. But it's got to be at least normal to get any. Oh, I also still have my key. There are still 2 months. Blizz could add an arsenal. I hope so. Not holding my breath, though. If we achieve infinite power 12, do our alt cloaks start at plus 100%? Yes. They should start at plus 100% XP if you get to infinite power 11. 12 gives you the cloak appearance toys and the Ordos Island access. But both are really easy to do now with strands. Don't get why they introduced a bunch of unique gear. It feels like an accident to me. It feels like it can't possibly be have been on somebody's vision board for this event of let's have a bunch of unique recolors that are remix exclusive that cannot be had off the vendor. It just seems so weird. But be fine with each weapon costing 5k. Oh, that would be pretty spendy. Imagine they will be in the trading post. You think so? Alrighty. Hello! How are you? Happy Sunday. I hope your weekend's going well. Okay. Siege of Orgrimmar time. I don't have the scrapping add-on. I've just heard that there is one that makes it better. It might just be called scrap. I have 18 of the ritual stones. We should pick out a pet to come with us. Maybe Muskbot calf. There's not many pets from Remix. I thought there was a third one. Maybe it's just the two. Did you pick a new main? I'm pretty sure I'm playing Priest. I think that's been the plan. Unless, like, my guild presents me with, like, a letter signed from everybody that says, like, Hazel, we all agreed you should stop healing. We don't want you to do that, and you need to put it down. Then I would play like a hunter. But short of that, which I'm not expecting, I'll tell you never know. Short of that, I'll be priest, and I'll just go back and forth between shadow and holy, depending on what people need and what seems like fun. Some of the remix only weapons are recolors of raid appearances, though, which makes them a lot flashier. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9. I guess they're just looking for one more. Yeah, it's one thing if there's just, like, a lot of people that want to play that role and they want people to rotate around so more people get a chance. I think that's totally fine. I don't mind that at all. If it was like, listen, you're making everybody miserable. Can it? Can you ask Blizzard to change the fishing holes to the ones that I need to finish my last achievement for Taivan? I hope they come up soon. I'm crossing my fingers and toes for you. Best appearances you bought? Honestly, I feel like the best appearances from Remix aren't the ones that you buy, they're the ones from the achievements. I guess I have Tusks, that's pretty cool. I made a Tusk Smog for my Paladin because I figured if I bought them I may as well use it. I was gonna say, wait, someone signed up, but if they're looking for 460 plus, they're probably gonna keep looking. Weekend feels good. I've got 2 days off after this. I have some errands to run tomorrow morning. But after that, I might do like a nice cozy day. Recharge. Blade Master Pearls from this month's trader make some great warrior mugs. I want to egg on my couch and play Stardew. I want to cuddle with my puppy and drink coffee. I want to take naps with my kitty cat. Do I want to do anything more exciting? Do I want to go to the movies? I could go to the movies. Just realized I'm in the raid with you. I'm Solaris. Nice. Once we get going, this should be a real fast clear. Do you want to go birding? Sounds nice. Maybe I'll go fishing and bring my binoculars. I just need to separate out my freshwater stuff. I've been saltwater fishing, so I think my lake kit, my trout fishing kit's like deep in my fishing bin. And if I can pull it out and make sure I've got everything I need, I might take some stuff with me tomorrow and then like drop by the lake after errands. We did it. I'm creeping on your cloak. I'm looking at your gear. Pretty cool. Pretty good. Warrior. Weebab. Wish Siege had an option to skip the RP at the garage fight. You can skip it if you drag one of the slime ads to the boss. It does a thing where it like resets it and then skips the RP. But I find that most of the time, like sometimes the skip does work good, but a lot of the time the group is either too confused or it takes longer to do it properly than it would to just listen to the RP. Don't right-click the boss. Yeah, I would skip Galacrest too if that was an option. Or just like let the towers be open right away. Or just, you know, give us a big blow dart that we can use to just like make the dragon come down right away. But I've had wipes on Garrosh from Trash being still alive because we did like the skip, but then like a bunch of other stuff was still up too because it was just messy and then we had to like do the whole thing all over again. So I'm not that invested in that one. Open towers immediately triple Galacrost's health. I'd be happy. Missing some stuff from Siege of Orgrimmar normal because I haven't gone and done it. Ooh, that's a cool staff, actually. I'm gonna save up all my bronze caches and open them all at once at the end. It'll be tough, but we can do it. Oh, we're going. Wait. Livestorm.
Special coming.
We did it. True stat values is showing diminishing returns on stats. True stat values. There should be a link to it in my add-ons spreadsheet. I got a Google Doc. You're fine. I ruin people's names every day of my life. Ordered loads of new PC parts. Notice your PC specs aren't in your About Me section anymore. Do you think we can get an updated office tour anytime? Watching your old ones, they're very inspiring. Aw. It's a good idea. I do want to. I'd have to like look into all of it. I don't even know my PC specs anymore. Every time somebody asks, I like duck my head under my desk and I look in the side of the case and I'm like, yep, it's a 3080. Heroic drops the same item level. It's 346. It's the same item level that you get from normal and LFR and dungeons and stuff at max level, but you get more bronze. It's a bit wacky. It's a bit different from regular WoW. Did you feel let down and betrayed by the Lady Ghostbusters movie? I haven't seen it. I also don't think I've watched any Ghost Buffers where the ghost just won't finish loading. I haven't seen any of them. I don't have any particular attachment. I just know that the song's fun. Or maybe ghost buffing is when the ghosts really need a good shoe shine. They're just not polished enough. When you have a companion pet and 2 hunter pets out, sometimes it kind of looks like you're being menaced. It's like the wilds know what you've done and they're after you. They're not going to let you get away with this. It's quiet in here. Is your bug pet cuddly? Bugs aren't naturally warm, right?
5, 4.
I guess I don't know of any bugs that are this large, so I've never touched one, but I'm assuming that he would be cold and like rather, well, I was gonna say hard on the outside, but if he's a caterpillar, he's probably a bit smooshy. He is a giant caterpillar. He would turn into the most enormous butterfly. Oh, that would be a really cute pairing of BM Hunter pets, actually, to have a caterpillar in one hand and then have the butterfly as your other pet. That would be real cute. Learned yesterday you can reset your corruption meter pre-fight by changing your spec. Yeah, I've had people tell me that before. It doesn't seem relevant at this level because if you can just kind of blow it up by doing whatever, it just seems like extra work for no reason. But if the fight was a little more at scale. Even though I'm 476, I'm hanging back because I always die in this room. And I'm not the only one! When you run faster without a mouth. Yeah, we're at 232. I'm finally speed stat capped. I guess if any, I don't think any of my gear has speed on it directly, but if it did, it would be a total waste. Because I have so much of my cloak now that I cannot gain any more speed from speed. Yeah. Yeah, it's 232. And then with post haste, 282. And then Cheetah puts me up to 322% speed. For at least the first part, and then it drops to 260. Zooming. I'm gonna miss it. Finally finished getting all the remix exclusive mounts. Top 40 for mounts in my main server. Nice. I haven't checked my data for Azeroth rankings in ages. I think I'm not ready to fall back down that hole. There will be a right moment for it, and it's not right now. Like a nice little pile of bronze to open at the very end. Sometimes people will just, like, run, you know. I'm going. Although, I waited so long that the portal came up. Part of me wants to pull this stuff, and part of me knows that even with all my gear, I would still probably die. Wait! Nothing happened! You didn't see anything. I don't even really fully understand what happened to me. It's okay, we're just skipping trash. Oh, did I step on a mine? Didn't even think of that. I thought those were bonus crabs. Delicious clams. Lovely beachy shellfish. Running siege with my guild. Early remix. Everyone using the leap of faith cogwheel to pull others into mines. I don't know if I ever checked out Flabby's new beachy mug. There it is. I'm kind of regretting not getting the board shorts mog for my characters. I kind of want it. But I don't want to spend all of my Trader's Tender. But there's nothing quite like them. I got the bikini, but I don't find that I want to wear it as much as I want to wear the other set. Spent all my tendies. I'm sitting on 300, so I could at most get like maybe one more standalone piece. I can't buy like another set or anything.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Love the Sunny Sarong. I have like a nice little collection of the sarongs. I don't have all of them, but I have like a good little variety. It was nice being able to get some from Trial of Style as opposed to just Trading Post. They were brown, but still nice neutral looking pieces to go with different mugs. Oh man. This fight makes you miss the Bejeweled game. I never even had it. There was like an add-on that put like Bejeweled like in your UI so you could play it while you waited for stuff. Perfect section for a break. Yeah. Peggle. Used to do that for the Peggle add-on. Squidgy needs a new... Oh, I can't make a new Mog because we were in combat. I was gonna say, maybe she just needs a new outfit. You know, she's, she looks fine. She looks vaguely Pandaria-esque, but like, you know. I'm not keeping up in style over here. I'm letting down the Frog Safety Team, street fashion, initiative. Oh, okay. All right. Begs the question. What am I wearing? What's the vibe? What's the energy? I'm not gonna wear a dress. Unless. It's hard to get rid of the chicken backpack. This is vaguely menacing, actually.
Big Ad.
I don't know. You need the board shorts. Give her the flask. I think that just reminded me that I have not been doing my weekly dig for like a month. Just completely fell off the face of the earth in terms of remembering to do that. Just... Nope. Nothing. The eye patch was part of Plunderstorm. It was a Plunderstorm Mog. Maybe with the Brawler handcuffs. I'm doing that thing where I don't, I don't make a new name for my look. There's also hats that would go with it better. There's like a brown eye patch, I think. Or glasses. I feel like we're getting somewhere. I don't want the neck scarf. I don't want to clutter it too much. This is truly what Galacross has been made for, right? Maybe Godfrey spectacles. How have I not made a good one with a fumigator mask? With the Society top hat, it's kind of vaguely giving Vampire Hunter. Oh yeah, she also has a black eye patch. Or a monocle. I don't know, I think I like it with the shades. Let me see it.
Phase 2.
Okay, yeah. That's pretty sick. We're living. The weekly what? The Big Dig. B-I-G-D-I-G. As in, goodness gracious, get your mind out of the gutter. Gives me Gilneas vibes. I'm kind of into the new look. It's good. Easy. And hey, look, Galacross is over. Crying out loud. Falling off of my Big Dig weeklies as well, and I'm so close to being done. Especially when it's like, it takes like 9 minutes once per week to do it. I just have not been. I should move my priest out there and just camp it. I'm kind of in love with this new Mog though. I think that, I mean, I have to be a Paragon of the Mist because we earned it, but like, I feel like there's so many better look titles for this look. You know, we've got some good ones. I could look. Delver of the Vaults. So she could be an agent of the Black Prince. She could be an architect. She could be an assistant professor, associate professor, or just professor. We've got captain. I don't have Birdwatcher. I do have Delver of the Vault. I don't know. I kind of like Captain Squidgy. I want to keep the cartoon hero vibe. Oh, she could be Intrepid Explorer. It's not really cartoony, but...
Watch your step. Target change. Stay away from lines.
There's Plunder Lord. Go with Time Lord since it's on theme. I do have Time Lord. I also have Time Runner. Of Gnomeregan. She looks like she could hoard camels. I don't know. I think I'm going back to Captain. I don't remember how we got Captain, but Captain Squidgy's pretty fun. Plus it makes her look like she has guild rank when she does not. I actually have never taken one of these over-the-shoulder capes and Mog just one of them, and I'm kind of living for it. Especially with how fast I run because it just streams out behind me on one side. Still proud to find 500 gnomes in WoD. She's just got so many places to be. The sunglasses with how far she leans back looks really funny. It's like, oh, places to go. She needs, like, you know what she needs actually? She needs goggles. I should put her in goggles to keep the debris out of her eyes as she sprints places. Use one like a towel for the trading post set. Oh, that's a good idea. I like that a lot. Oh yeah, those are Drake Racer leggings with the Archivist's Excavator's work shirt. I like that a lot. It's so loud. It's so dramatic. I think I'm pretty close to being totally done with Siege. It's like, it's good bronze if you're trying to get as much bronze as possible in a day, but I'm close enough. I might be able to get away with just skipping it in the future. It's a lot of running. a lot of waiting. Still a lot faster to do this way than the first couple times we went through here, though. I think maybe another big bronze buff in the last week. Might do.
Beware.
Could see it. The popularity of the Murloc Mog accessory probably took them by surprise. Early players despised them for all the deaths they incurred. Maybe. It's just such an iconic Warcrafty like look, though. Plus, there's been like real Murloc onesies that they've sold for ages and ages. Getting an in-game version of it, I feel like, had to happen eventually. I am absolutely in love with the Murloc Waste floaty from the Trading Post, though. It's too good. It makes me want one in real life. I don't even swim. I mean, I can swim, but I don't go swimming. Maybe I would if I could just paddle around like that. Alright, let's see if we can do this properly. I'm sure it'll be fine. I wonder why I can see Demon Hunter Completionist mode. It's weird. I wonder if that's telling me that there's like... Well, I don't know. Strange. It's gotta be from one of my add-ons. Are we splitting groups or are we just YOLOing? I'll go to the opposite side as Flabby. Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Got that rogue completionist thing too. Don't know what it is. Think all the things shows that. I'm not quite sure what it means.
Help soak. Dispel boss.
Numbers don't seem accurate.
Dispel boss. Dispel boss.
DBM is doing its best to help me here. And I will never figure out exactly what it wants from me. That's okay. Multi-shot. Hope for the best. Disengage in the wrong direction. I bet I can get, not finished with everything shopping today, but like really quite close. I'm pretty excited to, after this raid, go to the vendors and just see exactly how close to fully completed I can get.
Help soak. Watch your feet.
Talking about sending gems to other characters, how do we do that without mail? You need either a friend to help you or a paid second account are your two options. Because you can trade, but you cannot mail. So you need to trade them to another character, and then you need to have them trade those gems to your alt. A starter account, second account won't work because starter accounts cannot trade. So in my case, I would just ask Flabby if he could hold them for me. Gem Mule. Did your one-room schoolhouse have a swimming pool, or did you learn how to swim down at the cement pond? Do most schools have a swimming pool? That seems egregious. I learned how to swim at the lake. It was cold, man. And then lakeweed would touch your foot and you would be convinced that it was like a slimy sea monster because, you know, you're a child and not that bright. And it was going to drag you down to the depths. I was positive that the weeds were going to get wrapped around my feet and they were going to drown me. It was real scary. Funnily enough, never happened. Sounds plausible. Maybe less common in Canada. Yeah. I don't know. There would also be like legends and stories about, like, you know, many years ago about somebody that, like, a girl that died in a boating accident or something, and people drowning, and then you'd be like snorkeling and looking around in the lake, but you'd be like prepared to see like a rotting corpse, and you didn't. But you'd be like, they're down there. There's bones in this lake, and there might be bones in the lake. It's a deep lake. They're unlikely to jump scare children. I think I just read too much. The scene from Hatchet where he goes to get the safety kit out of the plane and the pilot's still in there really stuck with me as a kid. It was trouble when the lake was called Cthulhu Lake. I also remember the scene. That whole book was like super memorable to me. It was one of the only books that they made me read in the school that I like got a copy of and like read multiple times after that. Gary Paulson. I read a lot of books about having to survive on your own without parents as a child. I feel like I thought it was going to be more of a problem. Lots of stories of young people trying to make it alone in the wilderness. I was convinced I was going to need to dry my own fruit. Not that I learned how. I think if you stranded me in the woods, I would not make it. When are you watching the newest season of Alone? I don't know. Where do I watch it, I guess, is my question. Because I think I'm game. I think I'm down. What item level should you start upgrading your gear? 346? You get full 346s and then you start upgrading them? Know exactly what I'll do if I was abandoned in a museum overnight. Nice quick Siege Crafter thing. I'm not watching House of the Dragon. I haven't been keeping up with it. I think I'm too squeamish. I think I'm too much of a sensitive baby. Scarlet's been summoned though. People in here are watching it for sure. So we let them all 3 land. And then we lay into one of them. Otherwise you are in danger of bugging it out. Should be okay. We're alright, we're alright. We do it? We did it. Go team. Bucking it out. Good pun, Hazel. Thank you. It's my finest work. I haven't spent any bronze today. I haven't bought anything on the vendors yet, so today will be a good example of what my daily bronze take is from doing a round of dailies, a round of world bosses, although I guess I didn't do Nalik. And then a heroic clear of each raid. But no extra siege clears, because you could also do siege on normal, and you could do it again on mythic. But I won't. You can't make me. What if I offered $1 million? Oh man. I think the authorities might have some questions. Your bank might have some questions. Excuse me. We notice you've made an extraordinary expenditure to someone called Hazel Nutty Games? Fraud alert triggered for sure. My bank never asks. Every time you send millions around, they're just like, yeah, sounds right. Suppose if you did it all the time, they'd be like, yep, in character. Works out. Garrosh, hello? Okay.
Four, three, two, one.
This is what happens when you don't take your
Phase 2.
lactate. Terrible joke. I have to get groceries. Getting ready for a beach trip starting Tuesday. Fun.
Phase 3.
Jealous. What are the go-to pack-alongs for that? I feel like corn is iconic. Corn on the cob. You know, the beach digs have like a grill. Thank you very much, everybody. Let's go find out what we're working with. Plan to get oysters too. Oh. Fancy. Oh yeah, so we are now up to 112k. I guess I got the rest of this gear to scrap too. And that's our daily take from doing our raid clears and our daily quests and queues and stuff. Took us about 2 hours and 30 minutes because I started pretty late. And we killed some time waiting for bosses too. So yeah, we're not going to completely finish today, but like 2 more days of this and we'll be well done with the vendor stuff. Yeah, heroics. As a concerned viewer, when will you rethink your stance on Margarine? Oh man. Listen, I'll make you a promise. If I become a famous enough streamer somehow, which I feel like would be a nightmare to be like an actually like super huge streamer, but if I somehow make it big enough to be like actually rich, I will buy butter. All right. If we start pulling like 5K plus people per stream and we do that every day, easy peasy, no trouble, I will start buying butter instead of margarine. There's your deal. Pandaria Bronze Weakor. I have a link for it here. Bronze Wah. But I don't think I'd ever pull those kinds of numbers because we're just not sensational enough. We're not big enough energy, high enough drama, big enough stakes, you know? Did Mythic last night, level 440. Any reason for me to continue upgrading at this point? If you want to be faster for clears, but if you feel strong enough for the content you're doing, then you're all good. Can we get some olive oil butter hybrid at 1K? I mean, I'm buying the olive oil margarine. It's just... Listen, guys, they made margarine better. It's not the same version they came up with the first time. They figured out the trans fats thing or something. I don't know. I haven't died yet. My health isn't perfect, but I don't think it's the margarine on my toast that's bringing me down. I'm shopping. That's what I'm doing. Let's turn on this Weakor for a sec. So, we have 112k on us. We are going to see if we can finish off the Heroic Mythic Sets vendor. We're looking for things that have appearances that I need from ensembles that I have not yet learned. $35 of 37 is pretty rough, but fine. Take my 5k. I love the Road with the Horned Nightmare. But it's 1 appearance. Literally 1. I don't know, I might come back to that. What about an AG1 sponsorship? It supplements just I don't want to say never because I like money as much as the next person, but like they just seem like a spectacular way to waste money. It's not literally snake oil, but it's like the modern version of it. Like they can't, if they could prove anything, then they would be in an industry that's more regulated, right? Like I don't know, man. I feel like supplements shilling is like real eyebrow raising, as is crypto. Anybody that's like really promoting either of those things, it's not that they're a bad person, but I maybe don't take them wildly seriously anymore. Delicious snake oil. Okay, what are we doing? What are we saying? 140 of 65k. Let's relog and see, take a look at it. Now sponsored by Big Margarine. Hazel's in the pocket of Big Margarine. You know why I buy margarine instead of butter, aside from it being cheaper and easier to spread? It's because I don't care. I don't think butter tastes that much better. I know that's sacrilege, but like if it doesn't, then, you know, it's your own palate. Evil grips of big margarine. Okay, I think I broke my weak aura. Let's reload. Big margarine. I don't like super dark toast. Oh my god, Soylent. What am I doing? I think I killed it. I think it's dead. There we go. Okay, so I am done now. According to this week, where I'm done with Heroic and Mythic sets. Practically, I think if I look in this vendor, there are a couple of things like this where there's literally like one green robe that I don't know. And it's actually like a really cool one. It's being obscured by the helmet right now, but it's a really cool appearance. But I can kind of backtrack and look for that kind of thing later. I have another 62k bronze to spend. And let's dig into the world sets vendor. That should be cheap to finish. Already been used by one of your characters. If it's already been used by one of my characters, then why am I missing a robe? Come on. It's nice when some of them are done properly. These ones at least are cheaper. 59 of 60. Brutal. Okay. And then that leaves us 43k left to dump into normal sets. Also, at least one set I bought is going to have to be refunded because it says I now know everything on it. Actually, a couple of them. Funny how that works. Hey, well, take them back. At least if they don't let you learn it, they do let you refund it. It's kind of nice. Alright, so my world sets should be done. How do I show the weak aura? It should load. I usually just open the weak aura interface and then it'll preview it there for me if nothing else. Okay, so yeah, it says I'm done with world sets. So now normal sets. I should be missing loads of these. Normal raid. This guy. Alright, let's just go top to bottom and just get everything that we're not 100% done with and not stress about, oh man, I'm only missing one appearance. Boo-hoo. Which is like woohoo, but you're crying, so it's boo-hoo. Okay. So rude. Okay. And that is the bronze that I have to spend for the day. It's funny. Some of these sets you spend 5k and you get 100 new appearances, and sometimes you get one. Alright, so it says I have remaining 168k bronze left to farm. But if we're getting roughly 100 odd bronze per day, it's not so bad. A lot of that is also from toys. I have 2 toys that I don't own. There's the signpost, the warning sign, and the eternal kiln. And between the 2 of those are like, you know, like 90k bronze all by themselves. After Remix, no one's ever going back to Pandaria because they will have everything. It's a bit weird having this much transmog. I feel like I haven't really taken the time to learn it. I thought I decided I wanted to change something about her gear. I wanted to change her glasses for something. Oh yeah, I wanted to see if I could find her goggles to go with this set. That's right. That's right, because she leans back so far when she's hoofing it that goggles would make sense to keep the debris out of her eyes as she's like sprinting with her double trailblazer. But I would want goggles that go with it a little bit. Those are cute, but they're too green and also they're not on her eyes. It's getting somewhere. There you go. That'll keep the dirt out of your eyes. Safety goggles. Synth brew goggles. The jeweler's monocle is pretty cool. I don't know how on earth they come up with the order for any of this. Oh, I do have just a regular brown eye patch without anything on it. I don't want to stick green in this mug. It doesn't have any green in it to begin with. Those ones have like the light beam coming out of them. I don't know. I kind of liked the fun ones because it's a fun look. You know, I'm not trying to look super serious. Yeah, this is goggles on it, but it also has like your head covered. I don't want that. I need her little cute hair buns to shine. I liked. Where did they go? The brown, like the bronze sunglasses. Plus, you know, they're for summer. She needs her shades for summer. I want to get some sunglasses. I've been putting it off. I need to go get some prescription sunglasses so that I can like wear sunglasses but not bump into stuff. And also like driving my car would be great. I lost them. I'm going too fast is my problem. But we're just about done for the day. We're wrapping up. I'm not going to be back until Wednesday. Those ones. Bronze tinted. That's the stuff. That's where it's at. Don't bump into stuff with your car. I will do my level best not to. I have to make a special mog once Remix finishes to commemorate. Mm-hmm. Oh! Who did that? Where is he? He's around here somewhere. I know it. Is he hiding behind a tree or did he like log out? Just throwing starfish at people's faces. One sec before I wrap up stream, I'm gonna check on something. I'll be right back. beautiful. Somebody wants to say hi. Hi, buddy. I know I have some treats. Let me see if I can do the angle a little better. Kitty cat's in here, so I put his harness on him just in case he does get a little too curious. I have a handle that I can stop him with, but he's been so good recently. Hi, buddy. Come on, toy. He's kind of sleepy. Mr. Moosey. We have a... Yeah? Any good? Any good? You want a hug? You just want the rest of your treat, huh? It's like, what do I do? What do I gotta do? It's Sunday. You're supposed to be sleepy. Mom, you're doing too much stuff. You come right over here. We still know all the same tricks we did before. Can you sit? Good boy. Can you shake? Oh, what a good boy. Okay, you can have it. Oh, there you go. Kitty's actually sleeping behind my desk, but you're being so good, bud. You want to go back, go friend? I've got another special treat for you. Okay. I'm going to wrap up for today, and I'll be back Wednesday for another stream. Appreciate you guys and your company. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.